Hello everyone, this is a review of the YuXin Red 6x6 that I got from cubesforspeed.com. We don't see 6x6s come out very often, so it's very exciting when one does, and especially when it's this good. But they do not come good out of the box. When I first got this, it was very squishy, flimsy. It popped quite often and was actually kind of slow. I've put a lot of work into it to get it to this point, and I'll kind of list some of the stuff I've done. The very first thing I did was swap the springs out, and then I spent a large amount of time tensioning and lubricating the puzzle. Lubrication was mostly done with heavier lubes like 60 and 100K from cubesforspeed.com, and also some Traxxas 50K, and a few drops of Maru every once in a while. And the tensioning on it is actually pretty tight. It kind of needs to be that way because even on these tight tensions, it can still pop every once in a while. Mostly it's the internal pieces, but sometimes those are even worse because when they pop, they don't come all the way out of the puzzle, they just get out of where they're supposed to be, and it just causes a lot of problems because the puzzle won't really function, but it's hard to get that piece out. For the spring swap, you pretty much just need to use springs that are smaller than the ones that come in here. A very popular one is YuXin 5x5 springs. I did experiment with some other springs, and there's plenty that work just fine. Essentially what swapping the springs does is, because there's less pressure on the screw because of the spring, you can tighten the screw more while still allowing the cube to turn quickly. And that is the result I have achieved on this cube. The outer layers especially, they turn pretty well, and the layers kind of get slower as you go in, but nothing unmanageable. You don't really need to turn middle layers that often, but as you can kind of tell, they're gonna turn fine. This cube can corner cut, but it cannot corner cut more than one piece. Anything over one piece, and you're gonna get a lockup. Lockups are my main issue with this cube right now, but they're happening just about exactly the same amount as they do on the Aoshi. Speaking of the Aoshi, that's been my main 6x6 for a long time, and even when I first got this and even swapped the springs, I didn't really like it over the Aoshi. It did take quite a bit of work to get this one better. But the Aoshi took a spring swap and lots of work to get it to that point as well. Another plus for this cube is it's actually a few millimeters smaller than the Aoshi. A few millimeters isn't that much space, but it makes a big difference when you're holding something in your hands. Another nice thing about this cube is its price. It's $26 on cubesforspeed.com, which is significantly less than the Aoshi, which is a comparable cube, and I think this one's even better. Now, I don't think this cube is going to be ready to use out of the box for pretty much anyone, but I do think it's the option to go with if you don't have a 6x6. Although, like I mentioned, it did take quite a bit of work even after the spring swap for me to like this more than the Aoshi. So if you have the Aoshi, this isn't really that much better, it's just slightly better. But if you are looking to get a 6x6, I would recommend you check this out at cubesforspeed.com. Like I mentioned, it's only $26, which is less than most other cube stores, and they have faster shipping too, so it's a pretty good reason to order from there. Now, I don't have much else to say, so I will now thank everyone so very much for watching. Goodbye.